All right, great episode. My name is Sky. I got a weird concept to throw at you. What if you had, you could create the armaments? You could create basically, here is a shield, here's a sword, here's some body armor, here's a helmet. Now go ahead and be a soldier, kind of thing. And but the thing is, you actually have to be trained. And so if you make Rome version 2, you create in Rome, say, a training school. And then in cities outside of Rome, you can create what are, in a sense, basically, forges. And the reason why you have a forge is, well, because it makes money. So that's where, like, income comes in. But also, like, the better the forge, the more improved the armor. Now, the thing is, you can recruit any number of troops, any variation of troops. So it's like, oh, we need spearmen. Okay, well, here you go. Because, see, this was the problem with Roman armies, is that it was the level of training. If that was the improvement in Rome as well, that TV show, or that's what we're talking about. But, yeah, it made sense. And it's the truth, is that you could have guys who, wear the, whatchamacallit, they wear the armor, but it's what's inside that matters, that counts. So what if you make the game mechanic in a sequel to Rome that, like, say I'm up in Ravenna, it's early Roman period, and I'm like, it's my starting province. So what it is that just like before, I have my two provinces of land controlled by my family, and so do everybody else in their own little places. And then Rome's got the one little place. So um, what it is that I have the ability to raise troops. I have experienced troops, so they're going to have like a certain valor meter. But then to increase the valor, I need to send these guys to various training sites, and you can have those things represented by colors, whatever, or whatever. I mean, but it's like ultimately, the more these guys are doing, the more experience they get, ultimately. But also think of, adding training, or adding like a sort of upgrade. So say you recruit a cohort, of 60 guys, and they start out in, you know, Ravenna, and you you train them a certain way, and you have to build the training facility for it as well. So as a result, rather than recruit a fresh unit or a raw unit, you can recruit an experienced unit, and so it increases the experience of um, you know of the created unit. But you have to sacrifice the previous unit. So that's the other thing, is that based on the experience of that unit, which could be continuous, you can imagine, um, the you can swap out guys in any direction. So you know having putting characters on horses, or putting guys on horses, becomes an option. But then it's like, oh well, how many horses do you have then? So because then guess what, you can put everybody on a horse. So there you go, you now have a composite unit that you can just create on the fly. Much more greater dynamic. But the other thing is that this I want to get back to was like training. So you can train a unit, and the thing is, you need a trainer, you need a leader. So this is where having a general comes into play. And so you can recruit generals then, or you can recruit officers into your faction. You send your diplomat, you send an emissary, who's essentially a family member, but whatever type role. But you send them out to across the Tigris, not the Tigris. We roll the die, or the die is cast. You Roman history nerds know what I'm talking about. Anyways, because you control this faction, and you militarily control this faction, you're the governor of the place. You have to do certain things. You have to maintain control of the place, or control of the various locations. So you send an envoy, a diplomat, who's essentially a family member, who's purposely recruited for a task, because otherwise you just have the guy sit around. And so this is something else. I would like to see a sort of allow to idle option added to strategic units. And essentially what that means is that if you haven't done anything with a unit, a turn will pop up saying this unit hasn't done anything for a turn, or 2 turns, like you could set the degree. But what it means is that I can allow that unit to idle if I don't have any use for it. So you could have an assassin allowed to idle, but that's when you have to keep track of the traits of the assassin because, allowed to idle tend to get drunk, tend to kill in a drunken brawl, It's like, and next thing you know, it's like if you let him go, oh well, he'll increase in skills, or he'll get killed, So it's like you lose an asset, I think that'd be awesome, So basically increase the AI, but that's my one problem with the game, and a lot of other people complain about it as well. You guys get better and better with the AI, but it's just you feel like you're just a little bit better. Just get a little bit better, guys. It's like I'm just like they're not doing what I want them to do. Like why are you not moving? But you're getting better. It's a lot. You get a lot better the response and get response time too, and the recognition's getting better. So way to go, guys. Keep it up.